Hello, and welcome to another week of Prospect to Profit with me, Erin Smilkstein, and we are going through all the different things you can do online to really make your business boom. I have a cold today, so my energy might be a little bit lower than usual, but the information is still just as great. So when thinking about what I wanted to do today, I started thinking about what happens in the world of marketing when you actually have to start talking to people. And the biggest thing that comes up, probably the first thing that comes up, is I don't know exactly who my target market is. I don't know who my ideal customer is. And you kind of think you do, but then the second question is, well, if I do know who they are, where do I find them? And you get into kind of a block. Like, you have no idea. You can't even think of one place that anybody would ever be online that you could find them. And then you get stuck. And you start to tell yourself, like, oh my gosh, there's nobody in the world who is ever going to work with me. But that's not true. And going through and working with somebody, we get really into, and I can find a lot of places actually where their ideal client is hanging out just by listening to what they're saying. And they might not even come out and say, like, I want to work with women in their 40s, but we can typically start to figure out what that looks like, and not just age and gender and some interests or, problems that they're having right now, but things that they would be interested in. For example, working with somebody who is a fitness Pilates instructor. And she says, well, I want to work with people who want to know something about alternative exercise, basically. And I said, okay, so we started narrowing that down, and definitely it could be people, especially women over 50, but really anybody. But then into things like, what if one of their interests are like 50 and fit, or fit and 50, one of those kind of things. And that's going to be the group they're finding, because they're the kind of people who want to continue having really healthy bodies as they move into more advanced ages. Sorry, Mom. More advanced ages. And I'm getting towards advanced age. I got a few more years, but I'll be pretty advanced pretty soon, sooner than I want. But anyway, finding people and thinking about what their interests might be. Okay, so it's not just that they're looking for exercise, but where would we find them that they have their interests? And then next, what do you say to them, right? What is it you say? Well, a big part of what I do is teach video marketing, online video marketing. In order to do well with video marketing, you have to get your message across pretty quickly. And that's going to be either in like the first 50 to 60 characters on your title of your video, or in the description of what your video is on YouTube, and in the first things that you say in your video. So today we are going to go over my very favorite method for figuring out kind of exactly who it is you want to talk to. And it is called the 4Pro method. So let's get on with the show. Everybody ready? All right, me too. As soon as my screen is shared, it looks like everybody can see it. Make sure I'm presenting to everyone. Okay, so this is a simple Word document. And you'll see across the top we have prospect, problem, the process or program, and then your proclamation or promise. And that's going to get you your magic message. What I like doing with this is going down the list and picking out things and picking out people who are going to be our prospect. The prospect is your ideal client, or at least something about them. It might not call out everything about them, but it is definitely the person that you want to work with. The problem that they're having, naming some major issues or pain points. That could be the pain that they're having. What problem are they having that you're a solution to? So it can't just be any problem, right? Like if you're a woman carrying 15 extra pounds, I can help you save on car insurance. No, that kind of problem is not going to be solved by what you do. No good. No good. And then the process or program. This is where you say what it is you do, or at least part of it. You give a hint about what you do or name your program. Actually name it in there, my 4-step process, my prospect to profit training, whatever it is, something in there. And then your proclamation or promise. What is it that they can have happen to them? And this is one I think people get stuck on a little bit because they think, oh my gosh, I have to say, like, I can't say that they will lose weight because what if they don't, or that's not ethical. You have to be able and willing to say what it is that they will get. Do you ever think about, like, when you are going to a store and they're having a sale and they say save up to 50%? They use that up to 50% because you're going to focus, wow, everything's going to be like half off. This is so great. No, the up to 50% covers their asses, right? So if you need kind of a cover your ass kind of promise, then say up to 50 pounds, in as little as 30 days. It's okay, but you need to be willing and able to say what it is that people can get out of this and state it succinctly and own it, okay? I said in the last training last week, that you have to put your best foot forward. Step forward with your best foot and own it, okay? What it is you do in the best way and own it. And don't get bogged down with those thoughts that start telling you that, yeah, but not everybody, or yeah, but, because if you start doing that, or if people start doing that, nobody would succeed at business. There is no such thing as a 100% track record. Well, I do know somebody who says 100% of the time that they do their thing online, it works. But that was actually, not true. There's like that saying that I thought I was wrong. No, I'm never wrong. I thought I was once, but I was wrong, or whatever it is. I once thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken. You know what I'm saying. Okay, head cold, hello. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to put this in the training area and people are going to be like, what is she talking about? Anyway, you need to be able to make your promise and stick with it. The promise is the thing that when people have great success with you, they get. It's not something that you make up. I get to say that working with me and learning how to do this video marketing, you can make $10,000 a week. I know that because it has happened. You can generate lists of thousands of clients and thousands of potential people in less than 2 weeks. I know this because it has happened. It even happened for someone in a day. We sent out a campaign to many, many people. Now, she got one, FU back because somebody didn't want that. But what's funny is from 3 months ago, she told me yesterday she's still getting people signing up for her list that she has no idea who they are, how they found her, or anything, because she hasn't marketed this thing. But we did a push for it 2 months ago, or 3 months ago even now, and it is still bringing people in. So do you want an endless stream of leads? Guess what? I can say that because as far as I know, that stream of leads hasn't ended yet. Okay? And I get to be bold and say that. I'm going to be honest too. Does it work for everybody? Of course not. Do we want it to work with everybody? Yeah, hell yeah, you do. You want your solution to be the solution for everybody. Of course you do. That's why we give. That's why we do what we do, because we want it to work. But as it was put to me, it's kind of the cost of doing business in some sense, that sometimes what you do doesn't work. Now, this is like way too honest. This is probably way too much authentic, spilling of the beans to say that, guess what? Things don't work all the time. But there is a promise you can make. There is even a guarantee you can make. You can guarantee something. You can guarantee, if nothing else, that they will gain more clarity and have far more expertise in the area than they did before, because that is probably for sure. But if you want help with this, if you want someone to work with you, then I need you to sign up and make sure to come on and get a call with me so that we can go through this and really map out what it is and who it is you're making your promise to. So let's see how this works. Prospect. Let's go with prospects in the arena of, give me one, somebody. Okay, self-improvement. Wow, that's way open-ended, huh? Self-improvement. Okay, women business owners. Got it. People who want to look great after 50. Okay, so let's say the program that we have is a 24-day cleanse. Now, something else I might say about that is like weight loss jumpstart or fitness training program. Now, these aren't very good names right now. Maybe I should make them better names. Or like my proven system to lose excess weight in less than a month. Well, actually, that might be my proven system. You know what? I think actually lose weight in less than a month. Yeah, that would actually be here. My proven system, my 4-step process, my 15 greatest tips, something like that. The prospect could be women who have carried women. Because you know what? I just realized my problem is I've carried extra weight for years. For years. People over 30 with no time. People over 30. Let's make no time or money to get a trainer. And maybe these are people over 30 who want to be fit, right? So now I'm getting a little more specific. How about men who want to look great for their wives? And what's their problem? That they're totally out of shape and not feeling sexy. Men feel sexy. Do we often say that? We don't usually say like, hey, that man wants to feel sexy. Okay, we can also do people recovering from years of sloth. Sorry, this is getting weird. From years of, thank you. Okay, that's a better word. People recovering from years of stationary living. Okay, thank you. That's better. So now let's look at the problem. The problem this person has is that they don't know where to start. Right? They don't know where to start with their new exercise. The problem, the proclamation, one of them is you can lose excess weight in a month. Another one is you can gain back your old figure in less time than you think. Sure. The promise is that you will get a six pack or a flat stomach. That's always a good one, right? Look great naked. And perhaps you will see Well, that's always fun when your computer completely shuts down for no reason. It just shut down. Interesting. All right. So let's get back to what we were doing, and then I will splice these together with the magic. Oh, do you like my nails? My daughter did them. Yeah, she's 4. We will splice these back together and make video magic. See, I didn't even have to say any of that because I'm just going to splice them together and make video magic, and you didn't even need to know. Okay, let's get back to our prospect to profit training. Let me get my screen back up here for you. There we go. Okay. So we had one more thing on here. Yeah, none of this got saved because my computer shut down. So it was don't know how to get started again. So we had our proclamations. Our promise was lose, here, let's do it. Lose up to 15 pounds this month. Lose up to 15 pounds this month. That sounds pretty good. I'd like to lose 15 pounds. I might only lose 2, but if there is some way that I could be able to lose 15, I would like to do that. Remember, your job here is to help people, of course, but guess what? You're a person. You also have to help you. And the way you're going to help you is by getting people to come to you and hand you their money. And they're handing you their money because you have a solution to something that is going to make their lives way more awesome than they already are. And your solution is what they're buying. Your promise is what you're buying. They're buying. They're not buying a bunch of PDF files that you wrote. They're buying a promise. They're not buying the supplements that you recommend or represent. They are buying a promise. No one needs more bottles in their cabinet, and nobody needs more time out of their day, but they're buying a promise. So they're willing to give those things up. Get it? Okay. So lose 15 pounds this month. Get back, lose XX weight in less than a month. That's pretty much the same thing. I forgot we had this because everything got lost. Get back to your sexiest body ever. Flat abs, tight buns, all those good things. And then feel 15 years younger. There. Those are all the things. Now, our magic message, what's really fun about this is it does not have to go straight across. That's what I really like about this. So what we're going to do is going to take a insert. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. It's hard to do it when you have all these funny little pictures. So shape. I want a free line. A scribble. Okay. So my scribble is going to go from women who have no time and money to get a trainer, who are going to use my fitness program to get back their sexiest body ever. Do you see that? Neat. So now I have women who want to lose weight, but have no time for the gym and no money for a trainer. Women who can now use my proven system to get their sexiest body ever in less than 6 months. It happened, right? It could. If you don't like what I'm saying here about some of this being things that you say but are not 100% true for everybody, then you might be, oopsies, you might be a little bit naive about marketing. And I know this because I was too. I was very naive, and I was so upset with how all this worked. And now that I get it, I'm able to make money, right? I'm able to make more money. But I'm also very honest about how these things work. And not a lot of people are. When you go into a marketing relationship with somebody, which is going to turn into a sales relationship with somebody, both people need to get something out of it. And if you are now the person in charge of the sales versus in charge of getting the promise, then what you're going to get out of it is the sale. You're going to get money, but you can't get what you want out of it if you don't allow the person to make a decision that they are stepping into something that is going to change their life in some way. It might not be completely, body transformative. It might not be completely life transformative. It's totally up to what it is that you do and what you sell. But the bottom line is you are selling something. You would like money in exchange for helping someone to achieve this promise that you know others have achieved. Please take that to heart and know that there are ways to help you get the sales. And there's also ways to get the right people in front of you so that you have a better chance of getting the sales. And even more important, you have a better chance or a very, very high probability that the person will be very, very successful with you when you are selling to the right person. It's a win-win for everybody. They get a chance to do this thing that is potentially going to create some massively positive changes in their life, and you get a new client or customer. How great is that? How great is that? That's what you want to do. So you can play around with these. We could even go down here and say men who want to look great for their wives but have carried extra weight for years can get on this 24-day cleanse and feel 15 years younger. Ta-da! That's how it works. You play with these. You see which ones feel good to you to say. You see which ones people respond to. This is what you use on your copy when you are making your ads. This one, yes, you're right. It's definitely generic. Like weight loss is something that, is easy to kind of pick on because there's a few of them. There's the weight loss. There's dog training for some reason that is like extremely big for people to want to market to people training dogs. And then there's making money online. Those are kind of the three big ones. And this is how you can start. So I want to jump back real quick. And if you want a copy of this, just let me know. But I have some special gifts for you. Let me come back on screen. There I am. Okay. So the first thing that I want to share with you, and you cannot get this if you are not watching the replay on the Webinar Jam link. It's not going to work. But if you are, then awesome, because you get to be one of the first 15 people to get the video marketing starter kit, and you can access that now. So if you're live right now, then you can definitely get it. There's 15 free access available. There's nothing to opt into. Oh yes, never mind. You have to give your email address to get to it. That's the way this one's set up. But it's free plugins, free software, and things to help you get going, like a map and some more helpful hints to really get you started. That's why it's called a starter kit. So you can get a plugin going so that you can start capturing emails on your own page and even helping people find you on Google easier. The last thing I want to share is how to set up your appointment so that we can start talking. And that is going to look like, let's go back. That is going to look like www.bizrankpro.com/video pro. That's where you go to make an appointment. You get straight to the calendar, you make your appointment, and we start talking about how to build the best online marketing strategy for you using video. Video is a big part of it, and that's because video makes you so incredibly visible so quickly, and people will remember you so much faster. That's why. It ties into many more strategies that all overlap and just combine together so beautifully. So the first part of this training was about, mistakes not to make when you are starting your video marketing. Now we are into how to message your marketing. And as we continue with this in these weekly seminars, we are going to get into more kind of the nuts and bolts of how to optimize your YouTube channel so you're getting the most out of it, how to set up multiple YouTube channels based on topic, how to get your videos ranked higher than your competition, how to find the words to rank for. And when I say rank, I mean that your video will pop up on the first page of Google for specific search terms that you're probably not showing up for now. Because if you were, you wouldn't be wondering how to get ranked for these other words. This is a multi-step, multifaceted strategy that works like gangbusters. Gangbusters, I say. So that concludes what we are doing today. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. And I look forward to glitch-free technology. But what are you going to do? That was basically a dropped call. My computer just shut off. It was very interesting to sit here and all of a sudden see everything go. You might be wondering why at the bottom of the screen, though, it said I smell good. It doesn't anymore. That is something I was thinking about earlier, that I keep wearing this lotion and people go, oh my gosh, you smell so good. And I was like, you know what? I could come on this webinar and tell you I smell good. And your immediate thought is to find out for yourself, right? Wait, you want to know, am I lying? Is that true? That's why, and in your marketing, people want to know if you smell good. You're going to say, you know what? I smell great. And they're going to come up and go and check you out. You have to smell great. You actually have to. And if you do, you're going to feel so much better about saying it. So your marketing is going to be true and robust. True and robust. That's what it's going to be. You are going to take the best smelling stuff you have in your closet and you are going to sprinkle it all over your marketing so that you smell great and people are going to notice. Okay. Go have a great smelling day or something. I am going to stop this nonsense. Bye-bye.